acting like I'm a murderer.
Not quite. That was Alyssa Zinger. In 2023, as police investigated her for sex crimes, detectives said the 22-year-old bakery worker posed as a teenage girl to have sex with teen boys. I look at everything we know about the case and why Zinger still hasn't gone to trial. I'm Angenette Levy, and this is Crime Fix. Have you ever wondered how we are able to share so many clips from breaking news cases as they are unfolding? Well, here's a little secret. Opus Clip is an all-in-one AI editor that makes it a breeze to cut, create, and upload videos across any platform. Through AI, Opus Clip generates B-roll, reframes footage, and even cleans up audio. Just visit opus.pro/crimefix, sign up, and upload. In minutes, you'll have perfectly edited clips ready to go. For TikTok, Shorts, or Reels, it's a one-stop shop. Having Opus Clip means our producers can post viral updates instantly. This is the most powerful tool for sharing ideas and editing like a pro. So go to opus.pro/crimefix to create your videos today. Alyssa Zinger is now 24 years old and months away from a trial for sex crimes she faces in Florida. Her case is shocking and disturbing for many, many reasons. Zinger was 22 and working in the bakery at Publix when she was accused of posing as a homeschooled 14-year-old girl so she could have sex with 5 boys who were either 13 or 14 years old. The investigation started more than 2 years ago. In October 2023, Tampa police got a tip that Zinger was having an inappropriate relationship with a boy. The following month, Zinger was arrested and charged with 2 counts of felony lewd or lascivious battery and 5 counts of lascivious molestation. A judge allowed her to be out of jail on pretrial release, but then detectives said they discovered 4 additional victims and things got much, much worse for Alyssa Zinger. Now she faces 11 felonies and she's being held without bail at the Hillsborough County Jail. Investigators even say they have videos to support the charges that Zinger faces, and her case has taken a while to move its way through the courts. She has 2 new private lawyers now after her court-appointed lawyer withdrew from the case around Halloween in 2025. Whether a new set of lawyers will help or hurt her case, we don't know. But right now, her case is set for trial in late May of 2026, and there's also a new judge on her case. The prior judge, Laura Ward, had reprimanded Zinger at a hearing once, telling Zinger each time that she shook her head in disagreement with the prosecutor, "You don't seem to understand that the problem is not who recorded the video. The problem is you are in multiple videos with young boys 13 and 14 years old. You are an adult. You are manipulating, taking advantage of these young boys." When prosecutors showed body-worn camera footage from the search warrant execution, Judge Ward called out Zinger's parents for enabling this type of behavior. Now let's take a look at what the judge could have been referring to. This is from November of 2023. Tampa police went to Zinger's home to take photographs of her bedroom. Alyssa Zinger was there with her parents, and her dad did most of the talking.
They have to do their job.
Are you rolling?
It's their job to do.
We'll explain everything that's going on in a minute. Okay, you'll understand.
I know what they want. They want pictures of her room to see the walls and see you say, "Oh, this is the room she did it in," and that's it.
Do you have anything on you? Phones, tablets, anything?
No.
I have my.
No weapons or anything like that?
Absolutely.
No
Okay.
weapons, no.
We
Perfect, I
don't-
appreciate
We're
it.
not going to do something.
Once again, this is, something procedural. If there were, like any additional charges or anything like that, we would have communicated that with your attorney, and your attorney would get in contact with you guys, to make those kind of arrangements. We want everything to be as civil as possible whenever it comes to executing residential search warrants. That's something that they're not privy to with that information. And that's something that we have to execute in, a capacity of maintaining the integrity of the investigation, okay? So we're not trying to scare you or anything like that, and this morning, like I said, we were talking a moment ago, that is all procedural, trust me. It's a headache for us to put all that together too, whenever we know that it's nothing that's probably going to be needed. But because historically
It's just a simple call when we said, "Hey."
I know, but they won't let us do that.
You guys might do that. Other people,
Absolutely.
not so much.
We have
right?
those
So,
0.01%
Right.
times where
Oh,
we
you gotta
think
be
everything is
prepared.
going to go swimmingly, and unfortunately somebody comes
Something
out
bad.
with something violent. So that's why they have us do things a certain way.
Now, the police officer explained to Zinger and her parents what they were going to do.
Our crime detection, whenever she gets here, we're going to go through the house. and we'll take pictures and document and stuff like that. And she'll also get a copy of, or she'll get a copy of the search warrant to take pictures and document of too, which I'll go ahead and just kind of review this with you now, okay? So, just so you know that it is something that is valid and signed by a judge, okay?
Well, you know that.
So it says, whereas, complaint on oath and in writing, supported by affidavit, has been made before me, Judge Thomas Palermo, in and for Hillsborough County, Florida, by Amanda Baranowski, that would be me, the affiant of the Tampa Police Department, who states, okay, it says that your affiant has reason to believe and does believe certain residents of Alyssa Zinger, which would be you, located in Hillsborough County, Florida, described as follows, to wit, the residents of Alyssa Zinger at 1714 West 4 Drive, okay, which is, the color, I guess, could be debatable as far as what you exactly would want to describe it as, but olive green with brown trim, or brown with brown trim. The residence is located on the south side of West 4 Drive and is facing north. The defendant's parents identified in the address and the residence is the premise where the defendant occupies, lives, and has access to. And there is now being kept in on said residence certain evidence, to wit, okay, and the scope of the search in this is for a device, okay.
The video inside the home is blurred. It's redacted. Zinger's father had a couple of questions for these officers.
Quick question. The last time you guys did this, we were able to at least have one person come with you. Why is that different?
It's technically, this house is ours now. We have a search warrant, it's ours.
But
So
we did do this, she signed.
if she wants to allow that, it's up to her. This is her case, she's the case
The
agent.
main thing is, as long as you're all together with the camera, that's.
I can tell you we're not gonna be tearing the house apart.
No, but what I'm saying is, I just want it on camera what you're doing.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Just for our, not 3 in this room, 2 in that room, 5, doing this and that. That you go together, you do whatever you got to do. We give you 100%. You're going to do it anyway, but you have our, you have our.
I can't guarantee that that's the way it's gonna be. Like, we don't normally record, every single motion. We have the body camera here, obviously, he's gonna record what he can, but we're also not gonna be here till 3 in the morning because we have to let one person record everything we're doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? So there's gonna be a compromise there, but
Totally get it.
next time I ask that you guys maybe tidy up a little bit more and maybe get rid of some of the clutter. I'm joking. This house is the most uncluttered house I've ever seen in my life.
I was going to say, well, wait till you see my closet.
There's nothing in this house. There's not a picture up on the wall. There's not like a set of keys on it. There's nothing.
I know, we try to keep it.
It's a model home.
Now, at one point, Alyssa Zinger's father actually becomes emotional. He tells the officers that what's happened with his daughter's arrest has actually brought them closer together as a family.
And I can say one good thing that's come out of this. We got our family home. We finally got our daughter back where she lays with us, watches TV. She hangs up with us now. But she won't have a phone ever again. When they came in to look for that phone, there was an iPad and a phone on the table. I looked at it and she goes, "Is that the phone?" I said, "I do believe so." I say, "This is her phone here." Ha ha ha. No. I handed her the phone and said, "I do believe it." And I even said, if you watch the body cam, I said, "What model is this? I'm not sure. I got like a freaking 8, So she took the phone, and that's that. Now, I wasn't trying to be manipulative. And anyway, in fact, tell you this: if someone's trying to hide something, the phone was dead. I said, "You want to take your phone and leave?" Is what I could have said if I was not trying to work with you people. But what did I say? I bet you watched the cam. I said, "Ma'am, there's a charger right there. Go ahead and charge the phone."
So like I said,
I'm just telling you.
making a statement that the phone.
I just want to let you know we're being transparent.
Police continue the search of the house, and Alyssa Zinger actually becomes concerned that photos might be posted online.
They're gonna post these pictures now.
They don't post your pictures. This is for their investigation.
Okay, well.
It's nothing to be anybody's
That's my
business.
stuff, yeah.
That's nobody's business. They just got to do their job. They got to take pictures of what they need to do. And I think you guys should leave.
I can't.
Well, I mean,
No. They surrounded the whole car. Like, I literally can't even...
I don't think they meant it like that.
Wow, there's 5 cars, so how do I back out? No, I can't even go in the hot tub. Like, my back hurts. And I can be closed.
Did they hear a collapse? They all.
What, in her bedroom they do that? They
They're
do
all
that?
broken, and that's heavy.
I think their main focus is her room. Probably.
Gonna collapse.
Yeah, they hear about my room, not that.
That's what they're worried about.
Yeah.
Hey, they're doing their job.
Acting like I'm a murderer.
They got to protect. Hey, they don't know who is here. They got to protect themselves. This is a crazy world. People are mental. They got issues. There's men probably out there that would do something stupid. You know what I mean? They got to protect themselves. You know what I mean? There's a lot of crazy people out there. So, and a lot of people don't like police. You know? But that's not us. And like I said, we back you guys 100%. That's for sure. We have friends. And
Yeah, you're friends with a lot of police, but...
I have a lot of friends that are police and we firefighters. And
About 10 minutes later, the Zingers discussed again how they wished they had had a heads up on the search warrant being executed. I'll just tell you right now, that never happens.
being respectful with our stuff. This isn't a, ripping your house apart, destroy your home, smash all your windows, and flashbangs, and like I said, I just wish they would have called us and said, hey, or called our attorney and said, hey, we'd like to, okay, come on in.
So I'll let you decide whether Judge Ward had a point or not based on what you're viewing in this body-worn camera footage. Prosecutors had suggested at one point that Zinger's parents could have helped her hide evidence. A police report said Zinger sent a video of 2 teens, a 14-year-old and a 13-year-old, having sex to other people on Snapchat. The 13-year-old boy told police he met Zinger on Snapchat. His name is redacted from the document. It says, he said he was on Snapchat when he was 13 years old. He stated the defendant engaged him in a conversation on the social media platform, which was how they primarily communicated through their relationship. He stated they met at the end of May 2023 and dated through the middle of September 2023. The boy stated he believed she was approximately 14 years old and homeschooled. However, he stated she physically seemed older than her age. The boy mentioned an incident back in July where he and the defendant were detained in a store at International Plaza for theft. During that incident, they couldn't locate her information, but did for a 21-year-old female. He disclosed that he and the defendant had been physically intimate, alluding to a sexual relationship. Now, all of this came months after that incident that was referenced in the report, that July 2023 incident when Zinger and the teenage boy were at the mall and they were suspected of shoplifting. A police officer called the teenage boy's father to pick them up, and that interaction shows Alyssa Zinger on body-worn camera talking to police. Take a look.
So this girlfriend not your daughter? Okay. Have you contacted your parents?
Yeah, but I can't get a hold of their word.
Okay. Well, I gotta try to contact them. Because how old are you? 14. Yeah, so unless they tell me that I can release them, which I'm sure they will, but
Yeah,
I just,
you read my text.
for legality purposes, I mean, if you want to reach out to them just so I could speak with them, just obviously, it's going to come with liability to me if anything was to happen.
My parents know I'm with him, so...
I understand that. But for my job and my purposes, I need to confirm that because you're a juvenile. So once your parents tell me that they're okay with you going with them, perfectly fine. Okay? Straight to voicemail?
Now, that officer took Alyssa Zinger's name, date of birth, address, and her parents' name. And interestingly enough, he can't reach her parents. But the officer asks Alyssa Zinger an interesting question about whether she has a sister or not.
You have a sister named Alyssa?
Yeah, a half-sister.
A half-sister?
Yeah.
Okay, but you don't have the same middle name, I'm assuming?
I don't have anyone else my dad, my parents know I'm with him.
So I'm going to document that you're going home with them.
Okay.
I tried to get in contact with your parents. You made efforts. So, like I said, it's just for liability reasons. So you're Alyssa. What's your middle name?
I'm just Alyssa Zinger.
Just Alyssa Zinger. Okay. All right.
Like my mom was already gonna come pick me up at his house later anyway. My stuff's there, so.
So a 21-year-old Alyssa Zinger came up in the system when the officer looked up the name, and Alyssa Zinger told the officer, "That's my half-sister, same name." And the officer believed her. Eventually, the officer allowed Zinger to go home with the 13-year-old boy and his father.
All right. So Alyssa, you're gonna go home with. Do you have any questions? No? We're not gonna do this again? Sure? Dad told me you make money. And you could have spent $100. Right? Alright, man, this is one shot. You get one shot to do this program. After this, there's no more. So let's just make smart choices, okay? Alright, sir. Thanks, guys. Take care.
The 13-year-old boy previously told police through their relationship, they engaged each other sexually approximately 30 times. Sexual activity was the most apparent thing for her. It was known by everyone that that was what she wanted. The first time they had sex, he wasn't expecting it to happen so quickly, but after it was a pretty normal occurrence. The boy also described how Zinger behaved at times. She gets aggressive when she is upset and has tried to get physical with him in the past. She will throw things, try to fight him, etc. She doesn't really think before she does something. She also has a crazy ego when she is mad. She talks like she is invincible and no one can stop her. The defendant thinks she has all of the power in the world and threatened to have him jumped by high schoolers. When he threatened to break up with her, there will be instant texting, crying, screaming that she hates him, etc. After she will be apologizing to him, she is all over the place and never in control. The relationship was stressful. It was ruining his grades, making his life hard, etc. He couldn't escape it. She was always trying to talk to someone and has dated 4 kids at his school to try and make him mad. She always tried to be in everyone's business, especially his. Police say that this teenage boy also told them that Alyssa Zinger might have some mental health issues. The report states, regarding the mental health stuff mentioned with her family, he stated that when the defendant leaked the video of him, he learned that immediately after, they took her to a mental hospital to have an exam. He feels she definitely has something going on. The defendant and her parents told him this. She told him that it was his fault that she was there. He and the defendant got physical when he saw her take the video of his phone. Now, I reached out to Alyssa Zinger's new legal team for a comment on this case. I want to be clear, at the time of this recording, I have yet to hear back. As I mentioned earlier, Alyssa Zinger remains held without bail at the Hillsborough County Jail. She'll be back in court in February. Her trial, again, is scheduled for late May of 2026. And that's it for this episode of Crime Fix. I'm Angenette Levy. Thanks so much for being with me. I'll see you back here next time.